that was real far, cousin. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But I'm all the way out here. Yeah. Look at my name up there. Cause BLM some terrorist motherfucker. Oh, boy. Shit about to try to fix this camera. Oh, I'm upside down. Ew, it's my privilege. Yeah, I know, Skylar, it's all stupid. Who gives a shit? I see you, this good shit. Yeah. With my lighter. Bang, bang. Hey, Dennis. Can you see me, bro? Hey, if you over here, my phone died and it's screwed up, right? I'm not messing with it. I will after this match. Just come over here. I'll smoke this with you. Just come on. And even if I smoke this before you get here, I'll roll another one, bro. I got hooked up. Come on over.
My name is Derek Ray, and I'm joined for commentary by Lee Dixon. And on the menu, it's action from the foot squad battles.
I'm a bit drunk, though, so you're going to have to deal with that.
Looking forward to this one, Derek. They're coming up against the team of the week today, so it should be a really intriguing contest. They'll need to be at the best, that's for sure. They're going to get a result, just so they don't sit back too much and turn this into a cagey affair.
Pussy.
And the match begins.
I don't even know what I labeled it. I don't even know what I did. I think there's some objective where I'm gonna have to, where I'm gonna have to get, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna have to get a goal with the French motherfucker. Oh yeah, that reminds me. When they won the World Cup, scoot up so y'all can see my face. When they won, when they won the World Cup, everybody was all racist. Oh, not my friend, it's not that. It's smooth, cuz. And everybody doing the same thing with Trump. Like, oh, that's not my president and all that. I'll bet. I have my own biases on this man, right? But I'm not going to let it get in the way of facts, man. That's like me trying to say I'm a professional FIFA player, right? Let me give you some evidence. Watch me play this game. I'm no professional, okay? I'm not anti-racist, bruh. I'm just not racist. When did that become just enough? You know? When did that just become enough? Why do I have to fit to your norm? Anyways, I hold a minority viewpoint, as some would say, and people want to generalize and stereotype my privilege, my guilt, my suffering, and things like that. Alright, whatever, bro. You do you. I'm gonna still continue to be guided by truth, regardless of what anybody else does. I'm not sweating it, bruh. I had a great day with my aunt today. Whoopie, what? I'm not even claiming to be a poet. My brother was talking that yin yang, trying to be like, oh, you're no philosopher, Well, good, I'm not claiming to be, bruh. So I'm glad you don't see me as one. My aunt said, oh, it's like you're some kind of Greek philosopher or some shit, in a positive way, cuz. Not in some negative way, like my brother said, trying to bring me down. Like trying to break some ankles and stuff like I did on these fools, right? You know what I mean? Like, these fools are crazy. Oh, because of the color of your skin, you can't have a right to suffering. You can't have a right to hard work. Nah, I say give me liberty or give me death. Because I'm straight done with it. People want to play victim and all this kind of stuff. What happened to personal agency? Tell me that. Tell me that, huh? What kind of responsibility are you taking today to make things better? Or are you sowing division? What are you doing? Huh? Because I can tell you what I've done. I spoke publicly, I spoke proudly, not only in an open letter on Twitter, not only in a public restaurant today. See, I'm paying more attention to y'all than this game. And I don't even think I have any followers. I'm just venting, let's be honest, right? I self-admit my hubris, right? Hubris, rather. And I've had some drinks, whoopsie-doopsie. Nobody's perfect, so don't claim me. Anyways, get that yin yang out, boy. Total win. You know what I'm saying, Dennis? Anyways, Anyway, yeah, so I have a different viewpoint than many others about certain things, and people want to talk shit just because I hold a certain view. Well, when did holding a certain view become an issue? That's, I believe, why we have the First Amendment. I mean, if I have a different thought than yours, and it's very own nature, it's bound to be offensive to you, is it not? I can choose to be polite about it, or I can choose to be a dick to you. That's up to me. And that's up to me on how you know, how I choose you perceiving me. How you choose to take it is on you. So let's be honest about this personal agency stuff. I recently wrote a letter to the rowdies stating my discomfort with supporting BLM. I'm fully in support, and I'll say it proudly and loudly, fully in support of them producing money for the community. I'm firmly against police brutality. How George Floyd died, I believe is unjust, in the same way that I believe it is unjust that Tony Timpa died. I'm sorry. Look it up if you're not familiar with Tony Timpa. I don't want to put thoughts in your head. I'm not going to insinuate or try to imply that whoever may be watching this is not smart enough to come up with their own conclusions. So therefore, I'm just going to say things. If you want to look it up, you look it up. I'm not going to try to put my opinion on it. I'm going to try to stick to just facts. Facts are, freedom of expression and freedom of thought are soon coming to a close in the United States, okay? You either fall in line with the mob, or you get canceled. And I did that open letter in essence as like a test to see, like, alright, well, how much tolerance are the Tampa Bay Rowdies fan group, not the organization themselves, how much tolerance do they have while they shout for equality and all this kind of stuff, right? Because I think a lot of people are caught up in this Black Lives Matter movement and don't understand that it's already been hijacked by a group that is more political than you may think or you may want to be. Again, I'm really not trying to put my personal thought into any of this. I'm really just trying to stick to the facts. And who are you to say I didn't struggle? Who am I to say you didn't? That's not right. Regardless of what color you are, what color I am, we both have the same right to voice our opinion. That's the first thing, okay? And again, excuse me if I may not be making some sense, alright? If I'm going off on tangents or anything like that, or my camera's upside down or anything, right? I've had some drinks, admittedly. But then again, I write this open letter and I say these things to try to have an open dialogue. And I don't know how else to do so but to try to remain positive in myself and point out things. So, the way I feel about things is when you practice something, what do you call that? You put an ISM at the end of it, and that's what you're doing. You are practicing ism, whatever it is. So, if you're only focusing on race, okay? If that's all you're focusing on, race, as ISM, ism is what you're doing. Racism, you're being racist. So if that's all you can see is race, you're being racist. Guilt, that's another thing. You either have it or you don't, right? You can put a color in front of it, doesn't make it any different in my opinion. You're either guilty of something you have done and know you have done, and know you've been wrong, and you're willing to fess up to it, or you are willing to blame a system, per se, right? I agree, the system may not be perfect, but that is not the issue of all our grievances or our problems or our errors. Our errors are because we are human. That is just the nature of human, right? We make error. So to deny otherwise, based on solely on race, I think is completely naive. I'm really on a mission to try to make truth guide me. You can call me names, you can call me whatever, that's fine. LMFAO, you know, all that kind of stuff. Not productive, I don't care. I'm trying to induce productive dialogue and make people think about the current situation, right? Of what's going on. So, as far as it goes, when you practice a certain thing, right? You put the ISM at the front of it. That's what you're doing. So you are practicing racism if all you are focusing on is race. Period. End of story. Now, do I claim to know everything what happened in the United States? No. One thing I do know, and this is for sure, this is 100% for sure, the United States lived up to its promise in the 1960s, whatever, when men, women, and everything could be able to vote. Now, we still have some work to do, right? Not everything is perfect, not everybody's perfect. But, when everybody has a say in the process, that's when it's equal. Now, I agree in equality of access, right? But that does not mean equality of outcome. So, for example, Ndombele is better than let's say Rashford, for example. Or I may think Rashford is better than Benzema. But either way, the fact of the matter is, right, is that Benzema just got the ball stolen from him. No ifs, ands, or buts. Regardless if I could have done better or not, that's a different story. That's just insinuation. So, again, we're going to try to stick to fact. If my point isn't enough for you because of the color of my skin, then I'll implore you to look up people like Coleman Hughes, Thomas Sowell, Walter E. Williams. People like that. I don't really want to name drop a couple others, even though I might align with some of their views, but not all of them. So, until I'm more familiar with where they're coming from, I don't want to speak out of turn. And that's another thing I think what's wrong with society. We only see the ass end of things, guys. We don't see the whole thing. We see the ass end of things. And we want to come up with conclusions, cancel people, ruin their livelihood, and all this kind of stuff, right? Based on the last 30 seconds of something, rather than taking in the whole scope of what may have happened. Now, I'm sure everybody's either had bad interactions with either the police, right, or with their job. Either one. Now, as far as it goes, was that your mindset that held up progress, or was it your boss that truly held up progress? And again, I'm seeking truth. That's what I'm seeking. So, be honest with yourself, because you can't be honest with me or anybody else otherwise. So, anyways, have you heard of Tony Timba? I'm just curious, because I want to know if I'm tripping and thinking that the media is just trying to get us all stoked up for no reason, even though, yeah, there is a need for law enforcement reform, right? But I don't believe it racism. I don't believe that. I think we need more training, better programs for these officers to be able to handle themselves properly in certain situations. Now, that could also go to be said for the argument that instead of defunding the police, we should fund the police, right? Because how else can you give proper training unless you're truly giving them the proper resources to be able to succeed? Now, as far as the war on drugs, right, and again, I'm sorry, I'm drinking, I'm going to go up on tangents. As far as the war on drugs, I don't agree with it. There's severe crimes we should worry about, and when I say severe, I mean violent, right? I'm not talking about anything else besides violent crimes. If you want to smoke weed, by all means, go do it. For Christ's sake. If you want to even shoot up heroin, by Christ's sake, I don't want to do it, bro. All I gotta say is if you interfere with my life, that's when you're gonna see the difference, okay? You can do whatever you want. Don't steal from me. Don't harm me. Don't harm my fam. And everything's alright. I don't think I'm asking too much. So, I've been drinking a stupid little tangent. I'm just not with it. I received a lot of hate the other day. Just for having a different viewpoint than others. And, regardless if you agree with me or not, on my open letter, let's say, right? I'll just ask you. You should at least agree with me on terms of this, the First Amendment and the freedom of speech. If you can't say how you feel without freedom of repercussion, then it's only the illusion of choice. There is no true choice. And I think that's what I was trying to prove with my open letter. I was a volunteer journalist at a certain place I don't want to mention because I don't want to get them involved with my train of thought, okay? But, I was a volunteer, so it had nothing to do with me making money. But they certainly tried to cancel me just for having a difference of opinion. Now, let's say I'll just have a celebrity, or better yet, let's be specific in terms of what my letter was about. The Tampa Bay Rowdies. They're supporting Black Lives Matter, in my opinion, a terrorist organization. Help your community, I'm all for. All to speak of based on the color your skin is based on how much right you have to speak. And if you have been successful based on the color of your skin, it may be discounted on the sole fact that your ancestors may or may not have been a slave, may or may not have been a military service, may or may not have been an immigrant. Regardless, I think you see where I'm getting at here. There's a lot of opposite of inclusion going on around here. So, yeah, I do have a shaved head, okay? I'm bald, bruh. Sad I even have to justify that. But anyways, if you feel guilty, it's because you're guilty of something. If you feel privileged, because you're privileged, alright? I'm privileged to be a motherfucking American. My grandfather came over here in the early 1900s, and I'm privileged to have the same balls he does, alright? And I'm gonna stand up to any kind of tyranny. Whether it be in my family, whether it be amongst my friends, whether it be amongst the soccer club I used to support, whether it be amongst an organization that I used to love their products on my feet, or just amongst people that are trying to create this new caste system. Liberty or death, motherfuckers. And that's all I'm gonna say. Come and kill me if you disagree. I don't give a fuck. I'm strapped up and ready. So, I'm at my breaking point. Are you? Are you really that much of a victim that you want to come and victimize me? Alright, let's do this, man.